Hi, my name's Vic, also known as VJ if you know me from Facebook. Anyhow, I would like to thank you for joining me here at Confirmed Lunacy Productions. Thank you very much. Now, I told some of you, or most of you, any of you who know me, that I used to do stand-up comedy, and I thought I'd do a little bit here, and at the end here I'm going to talk about something a little bit more serious. But anyhow, I thought I'd start with something a little bit on the lighter side. Now, you know, I am disabled now, and I call myself retarded, but I'm retired, not retarded, retired. I might be retarded, but I am retired. Anyhow, because I'm an amputee. And the reason I'm an amputee is because I've been run over not one, not two, not three, but 10 times. I have been run over by a car 10 times. I am not kidding you. That is not a joke. I use that in my comedy, but it's not a joke. Now, as a result of all these crashes and run-ins and everything, you know, of course I take a lot of medicine so I don't drive or anything like that. And so I have post-traumatic stress syndrome and a whole host of other things that, you know, that are somewhat involved with the wrecks and the amputation and all that. I take a lot of medicine. Anyhow, so, but I'm also an insomniac. I've been an insomniac since I was a little kid. And because I was an insomniac, I took all kinds of jobs, late night jobs, because I couldn't sleep. I figured it was better to be working than sleeping, right? It's always better to be working than sleeping if you can. So anyhow, I was working at a convenience store, you know, a little place like a 7-Eleven. And this lady, she comes in and she buys a whole bunch of stuff, you know, what we used to call penny candy. And she puts it on the counter, and she says, she puts it on the counter there, you know, Tootsie Rolls, you know, little Reese's peanut butter cups and little hot tamales and stuff, and puts it all out there, and I ring it up, and she pays, and I give her a change, but she stands there, and she's there like almost a minute. Finally, she speaks up, and she says, "Excuse me, sir, but do you have a small sack?" And I said to myself, wait a minute. And then I said to her, "Excuse me, I don't think that's any of your business." And she busted up laughing. Anyhow, so I gave her a sack, and she goes out, and, you know, that was cool. But, you know, I've had lots of strange jobs. I mean, you wouldn't believe some of the places I've worked. And I do lots of things to fill up my time because of this insomnia, you know. So one of the things that I do, of course, is I blog on Facebook, and I do things on YouTube. And I was on Facebook the other day, and a friend of mine had this link to a thing called MyDoll. Now, I'm not sure if you've heard of this thing, MyDoll, but I had never heard of it at the time. And so I linked to it, and I went through this tour, and I came back, and later I talked to her, and I thanked her for the for the tour through that wonderful world of MyDoll. And she was happy to inform me, you know, that little pill, she says, is the one reason that women don't just strangle men during that particular time of the month. And I thought for a second, and I texted her back, and I said, well, you know, that one little thing down there, the reason you take that little pill, that's probably the one thing, the one reason why men don't strangle the crap out of women all the rest of the month. She thought that was pretty funny. But anyway, so I do a lot of strange things late at night because of this insomnia. And one of them was I posted this joking political action message. I was only half joking because the subject matter was serious. But what I half suggested was not. I said, what if, like, 300 or 400 people showed up at the Capitol and all lit up at the same time? They couldn't arrest you all. Now, I gotta say, you know, I'm an insomniac and was in near psychosis, and so anybody who listens to an insomniac who records things late at night and takes them seriously probably deserves whatever they got. So I think that's funny as hell if anybody got arrested. But anyway, anyhow, so I am a one-legged guy, and now I'm going to get serious for a second here. No, before I get serious, I'm going to tell you one more story. There was another job that I was called for, and it was really funny because I even showed up for it, and there was one problem. It was, well, let me tell you about it. See, Playgirl called me, and they wanted me to do a layout, a nude layout in Playgirl, and so I get there, and there was only one problem. I only took up half a page. True story. But anyway, true story, seriously. So, no, that's not a true story. The rest of them are true, but that one's not true, really. Wah, 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 wah. Anyway, no. Ask my wives, they'll tell you. Whatever's the truth, let it be the truth. Anyhow, so, seriously now I'll get serious. So, the other day when I suggested that they go out and do that thing, what I was talking about, the subject matter, was I-124, or excuse me, IR-124. Now, that's because the legislature hijacked our vote, and basically they listened to what all the experts had to say on the legalized medical marijuana that we passed several years ago. By an overwhelming majority, we passed this, and they have the nerve to do absolutely everything they can. After listening to us, they go behind closed doors and do everything they can to repeal it, but they can't repeal it because it was a citizen initiative. So basically, anyhow, long story short, they've cut off access. Nobody is a licensed provider, or at the moment that the law took effect July 1st, nobody was a licensed provider anymore. So no patient who was bedridden on chemo or anything could actually get their medicine. That's a travesty. I'm a one-legged guy, and so I was out there riding around collecting signatures on a petition, and I almost had a heat stroke. And so that's the serious thing. Okay, it's very important. You cannot let a state legislature, or the federal government for that matter, we need to make the F in FBI lowercase. That's one of my new slogans, but that's another story, even so. But anyhow, we need to tell the legislature, you cannot tell us our vote does not count. Our vote does count. They gave us the finger and said, we're going to do things our way. Now, what this petition is about is not giving them the finger, but in my mind, I want to give them the finger and tell them, my vote does count, you SOB. You can't tell me my vote doesn't count, and you should be mad too. Anybody, whether you agree with medical marijuana or not, the fact that they overrode the votes of the citizens is a travesty, and it cannot stand. So do something about it. If you know somebody who has a petition, find them, sign the petition. If you don't, there are websites. If you're in Montana, there's one called Palliative Care. Oh, crap. And I don't remember the name of the website right now. But they're friends of mine. That's not cool that I don't remember the name of them. But, see, I'm talking on the device that I would look up their name. Excuse me, it's Nature's Palliative. That's the name of it. Sorry. Very sorry. But anyhow, Nature's Palliative, and get in touch with them if you're in Montana. They can certify you to collect signatures on a petition. They're making it really hard for us on this go around, so do what you got to do and do it fast, because if you smoke, you're not going to have the right to smoke very long if you just sit there on your couch. So get up! Don't be a couch potato. Peace out.